It's 935 K-Day. Hip hop back in the day. Cece and Romeo. I love this. Listen, we love Nate Dogg. We're always singing Nate Dogg songs
All
here.
the time.
All the time. Almost every single day. So the fact that we got his son, Nhale, in the studio, an artist in his own right, making his own path, creating his own destiny. We got you in the studio with us. Thank you so much. I know you're busy, bro, but thanks for even stopping by.
Thank y'all for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here with y'all. Y'all in my opinion, y'all like the West Coast guys of the music. I think when it comes to like the back in the day and like the legends, y'all two for sure. That's my opinion, though.
Man,
well, I'm going to take your opinion.
I'm going to take it and run with it.
Yes.
You know, me and your dad, we done hung out a few times.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We've shared some stories backstage at events. So just having you here is a pleasure. It's an honor, bro. Really.
But you know what, Rom? The fact that you got to even meet Nate Dogg, because I never got a chance to meet him. Like, I see him on, his image across the screen. I see his image when people talk about him and give him his roses. Like, how was he personally, though? Like, when you guys were kicking it backstage?
You know, honestly, he's laid back. I mean, he really is. He said he does most of his talking when he's in the booth. That's how he broke it down to me. And I'm saying you probably can contest to that, right?
I mean, but it's another side of him to me. He was a comedian. Like, people don't really know he was a jokester. Like, he'd reenact movie scenes and stuff. And, like, I still remember back in my head how he was with that.
Man,
what is your favorite memory of your pops? Like, your go-to when you always think of your pops. This memory always pops in your mind over and over again.
Just to talk, like, he had a standard talk for me and my brother, just how one day he'd be gone and that it would be left on us to just continue the legacy, pretty much in short. He called us the Hale Boys, so that's why it's important that my name's Nhale, but my real name is Nigel Hale. So whenever I'm dealing with maybe like hardships in life or whatever that the case is, I just think of those talks we always had and what he told us.
Nhale, and he gave you those talks at such a young age. Your pops was prepping you so young.
So as I get older, it's like I try my hardest to really remember that and maybe like grab it and see exactly what he was talking about.
Yeah, we were talking about before you got up here in Hell, just like when it comes to your dad, big records, right? Because we think about what he did for hooks and his own songs in the 90s and early 2000s. Those records still carry over, still going today. We mentioned T-Pain kind of did it in the 2000s, but no one's done it like your dad. Yeah, but he did with auto-tune. Your dad had to go that route.
To him, but it's that was a different time, and like Cece said, I was young, but I still remember like when dudes like T-Pain came out and how he felt, it was just different, because he was that dude,
Yeah.
And no roses taken from T-Pain, but.
And we were thinking, because we were excited. We were talking about this interview before you came in. We're like, yo, we're about to have Nhale. And we were talking, and I was like, Rome, who is like the Nate Dogg of today? And we literally were in here, and there was other radio personalities in here, and nobody could think. And we were all thinking, and we were like, hold on, this is so crazy that this isn't even popping
nobody pops in mind right away
at all.
And if you recall, like every 4 or 5 years or so, if somebody called themselves the new Nate Dogg, or there's somebody saying it's the new Nate Dogg, so I think at this point it could be clear that he in his own lane, and maybe new guys can come do hooks or whatever the case is, but you don't gotta tie it to the legacy that's going on.
No, man, his tone, everything was so magical. Like, we were talking about what's one of your favorite songs from your dad. We know that's hard, but like, for example, for me, when I heard Nobody Does It Better, when that comes on,
yes.
Me too.
I'm done.
That's me, because I feel like he was talking to me in that song, because he said it's a verse in there where he said, tell him his daddy's sorry, and let him know all about me. So so that's something that really stick with me, because he passed away when I was 15. So shit, I hear that, I'm like, shit. Yeah, I need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're 15, so young.
Yeah.
So young,
sure.
But you know what? I know that it must feel somewhat like your dad is, one of the West Coast kings. You guys are out here. People are showing you love. People love your father so much that it must be kind of cool to walk and to see all the love that your dad gets. It's still your pops. You're like, man, people really love my dad.
Yeah, I mean, it helped me personally, because I deal with it on a different level. Like, I miss him as a dad. So to see how people miss him, as an artist, or just miss him. Like he's like the father to in somebody else's life that he never met, musically, he probably helped somebody get through hardships that a father would have helped that person get through. So just seeing when people miss him the same way I do, it kind of helped me.
Was your dad strict with you?
Nah, he was strict
because he was a G.
Yeah, he was strict. He was strict with my brother though. My mama had me in line to where I never kind of jumped out with him, but You know, when he was mad though, you didn't really want it.
And hanging out the K-Day Morning Show, Cece and Romeo, of course, the son of Nate Dogg, is great. You already told us one thing we didn't know, that he was a jokester behind the scene, which is pretty dope that you shared that moment.
I love it.
Is there anything else that really stuck with you that he said, like, you have to take this with you for the rest of your life? Like a message or?
I would just say it would be like health, and which is crazy because
Well, your dad was into health?
Yeah, as far as like me being healthy and us being healthy, because his health wasn't always the best. So he was real high on drinking water. Like, we had to drink water in the house. That's like what we drunk, you know. If I made a sandwich, I put lettuce and tomatoes on it, but that's because he would want me to and told me to. But I wouldn't say him because my mom had me like that. So real reason, or how I realized it, is my brother came and made a sandwich one day, and he tried to just put like mayonnaise, mustard and meat and cheese, and my pops came in and I had lettuce and tomatoes on mine. I cut it in half, all type, and he told my brother, like, you see him, like, you need to be making your sandwiches like that and woo-wop.
Wow.
He was still a dad.
Yeah,
he was like, I need my boys to eat some vegetables and some fruits.
For sure. And that's how my mom's made the sandwiches. So he was like, he liked it that.
Well, you just had a baby boy in May, so congratulations on that. You're a pop. Like, this is super cool.
Yeah.
So, what is the first story when your son, gets to listen and you get to sit there and talk to your son? What's the first story you're going to tell him about his grandpa?
That's a good one. Like, I ain't even thought about that. Like, I think I probably just show him like videos and let him like, figure it out. Like right now it's the perfect time. Just put on some videos as he grow and let him figure out and tell him like, that's your grandpa. Maybe see like what he think about it, rather than telling him how to think on it,
Yes.
Yeah. Man, all right, well, let's talk about you, man. Of course, you're doing your thing. And we all know, like, even from Michael Jordan's sons to certain legends that have their sons, it's hard to come from under their shadow, even though you have your own lane. But you're still going to always get that comparison, so to speak,
I
right?
deal with that a lot, yeah.
So how does that affect you mentally, or has it at all? You know how to brush it off or what?
Is that hard on you? Does it bother you?
I mean, at first it was difficult because, I played football and I was a Division I student athlete. So in college, I'll make I score a touchdown or whatever, and they'll say my name, and then the announcers will say, hey, like, did you know that's Nate Dogg's son? So I dealt with it hard there, but and that was something I tried to really run away from. But when I'm doing music now and I get it, I don't like it's not a big problem no more, because it's like, it's who I am, and that's how much, if anything I learned, that's how much my pops is respected. And I think it's dope because I'm not I don't force it, and anything I do, it's not forced. I don't want you to think that I was privileged or something different with me, because that's my pops. It was a situation where, like we just was talking about, guys was a new Nate Doggs and this and that, and I just didn't like it, so I started making music.
But you know what, too? I don't think people understand. It's really not a privilege. It's almost like you have to work harder to prove yourself. You have, because everybody's like, oh, of course, it's Nate Dogg's son, of course. And it's like, no, I have to even prove myself. I have it even tougher because I'm Nate Dogg's son.
For sure, absolutely. And that's what I probably deal with almost every day. And that's why I go so hard in my music and what I do, and and giving back to my community and communities, and just doing things that I feel like my pops would do, to where it's like I'll let the people deal with or talk about what they got to talk about.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Now let's talk about your latest song, Every Time I Call. It's out now on all streaming platforms, so make sure you guys go ahead and support it. But you have it with Butch Cassidy. How was it working in the studio with him? It's Butch Cassidy, bro. Come on.
That's my big cousin. So it was special. When he came in, he kind of taught me some stuff that day.
What did he teach you?
Just basically how to different ways to use my voice, and I learned it just off hearing him, and I'm like, man, that sounds crazy. Like how you rolling it off like that, and he just gave me a little bit of sauce. But that record was dope. We did it with another producer that produced for the Dog Pound, and it was magic that day, to be real.
I love that.
I've been sitting on that song for like 8 months, I think. So it wasn't nothing recent. Like, I knew that was a good record.
How hard is it to sit on a song when you know what it is, though?
I'm doing it right now. I've been sitting on my project for like almost a year.
How hard is that, though, and why? Is it because it has to be the perfect timing for you, or what is it?
I I like to let tracks breathe, and just being that I'm from the West Coast, where I like to I like to believe it's classics that I'm putting out. So even if they don't age well or they do, either it was a classic in my book or in somebody else's book. So I like to just let them breathe and hit the ground running whenever I'm in the field.
That's what's up, man. Of course, we talking about that single Every Time I Call. Let's talk about you working with Uncle Snoop Dogg. How dope was that, and how big was that to do that? You getting into this game, how important was that?
I think that was the door opening for me in the game. I had maybe been making music like a year and a half prior to that, so I think that was like maybe what people who knew who I was needed to maybe keep rocking with me if they felt like it was gonna be something. If that makes sense, him basically saying like I see you and keep going. That's maybe and it helped me. It made me understand like, okay, maybe I do got action at what's going on.
I loved it. It meant a lot to me when I saw the video, and I first saw it on Instagram. It was going viral. Everybody was reposting it. People were excited about it. But when I saw you and Uncle Snoop, like, it hit me emotionally, and I was like, oh my God,
you was right there when we did the.
Yes.
So you was right there too. Yeah.
Listen, I've been supporting Inhale. You know what I mean? Come on, tell them Inhale. Let them know.
For sure. That's
but it just felt so good because because of who your pops is, we should always show respect. Your dad would want all of us, everybody in this room, to show you respect because you're his son.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And that means a lot. So when I saw Snoop showing you that love together, I was just like, man, like, I know your pops was smiling down on that.
Sure, yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, man, one of my homies, my fam, got my son. You know what I mean? That's so important. I'm sure like that would be important for you. You know, you guys are dads now. You want people like that's your child.
Sure.
So when I seen it, I was like, man, that was for the West, boy. I don't for reals. I was so excited about that. I was excited, bro, for reals.
Yeah, and coming up, I didn't say like a few things maybe at Snoop or like at the OGs, but I really don't realize how much they really look out for me and show me that love, like, because they don't gotta do nothing for real, and they did a lot for me like throughout the years, and I probably was like blind to it sometimes because I don't know what it was, but it's back there, and so I think now's the time to just really speak on how they done a lot for me as far as just needing being there when I needed them.
Yeah, and I think, and I could be wrong, but I think sometimes they sit back and they're watching, they see the moves you make, even the struggles, the ups and downs, and saying this is what's building character.
Right.
As much as I want to maybe step in and say I got you, I gotta let him go through it.
And I think throughout this process, just even when I was playing football and I had my pops and maybe needed something in college or whatever, and I just didn't ask because I just learned it that way, and I figured that's the best way in creating a man at the end of the day too. So
facts,
so it's dope to go through this and really figure it out.
Now you'll carry that into fatherhood. I got a 9-year-old, and my life is so different now with this dude, man. It's like I see everything different.
So let me ask you guys, because I don't have kids. So when your baby was just born and you're there, do you instantly feel father, or does it have to grow on you to be dad?
I started crying.
Me too.
I don't even remember, like, I only cry like when I think about my pops or something, like, or some, it really had to get me. So when I see him come out, I'm like, oh, it was like 7 nurses in there, so I went in the bathroom.
I should have did that move. I cried in front of him. I'm a man of man.
But do you instantly feel dad?
Do you instantly? And you feel like the bullshit has to go out the window that you were doing in the past.
Okay.
Because you're living for something different. Even though you have your queen, that's your queen. But when you have your seed and you see that and you're holding it for the first time, it feels different. Life is different.
Like, the way I grind is, I thought I was already grinding, but like I wake up at like 5, 6 now. First I was going like 7, 8 in the morning. Now I'm 5, 6, getting my messages out or getting,
Damn, he up with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you and through it all, you're just humble. You've never changed.
Yeah.
You've never, from the day I met you to today, it's always been humble, very grateful. Thank you. You sit down, you have conversations with everybody. You don't think you're too good for anybody. You're just super, just down to earth. I love it.
Yeah, I've been through it young. I have my ups and downs, and I think that really humbled me because, like I said, I played football, so I thought I was going to the NFL. It was like that.
Yeah.
So.
Who's your favorite team?
I don't got a favorite team.
You don't?
I got a lot of friends that's in the NFL now.
Oh,
so
okay.
I just support them, But yeah, I learned it from there in school. Just school humbled me like a lot, because I'm gonna be honest, I thought I was untouchable. drug tests, and I'm cheating them, passing them, just cheating systems and stuff. So I had to really sit down and learn, kind of like life and what it is. I thought I was privileged just off a name or something, and that was before I even started making music. So when I came into this game, it was real understood of how to maybe treat people or whatever the case is.
Wow, you're a real man for that one, for saying that right there.
Yeah. I love that. Like,
Yeah.
seriously. But that's just a testimony of who you are. We love it. K-Day loves you. You are our family. This is your home. I want to say that on camera. Me and Romeo
Facts.
both are in agreement on that.
all
This
the
is your
time.
home. So let this be your home base. I know you
time.
got a lot of radio stations out there. This is your home
Yeah,
base.
but every time,
Yeah.
right here, I'm gonna tap in with you before anybody. So, and if it's good, I probably won't be going nowhere else. When people do their projects or whatever, they go to whoever. I'm coming right here, and that's probably it. And we just gonna get rolling from there.
Yeah, we
I'm surprised
appreciate
people
that.
haven't even hit you up to do like a docu series, some type of reality, because people are just
Yep,
so
that's
curious
true.
about
Yeah.
the Nate Dogg name and the family and the
Well,
kids.
I'll just be honest. That's those things that's coming up, but the business wasn't in order, and the business just got in order like
Okay.
a year and a half ago. So if those things did have come, it was nothing we could have done because the business was just so all over the place. Shout out. I don't know. It's guys like Brian Shafton. I would say we haven't, we just doing business with him, and he's helped us dig a lot of holes and just get things out of the hole.
Oh, that's dope.
That's
So
good.
you guys are getting everything together now. So we might see
Yeah,
something real
because
soon.
He didn't plan to go, and
Mhm.
when it's not planned, it's kind of like everything is all over the place.
There's a lot of loose
Yeah,
ends.
so it was even a situation where I got a new sister that we just found out about like 3 years ago.
Wow.
Get out of
Yeah,
here.
so he's everything he was rapping about.
He said he's everything he was rapping about.
That's all I can say.
Have you met her?
Not in person through so she followed me on Instagram and look up to me and stuff like that. So
That's dope. Well, when you see
she's-
her, like when you look at her, do you be like, let me see if I can see my daddy and her real
She got the
quick?
face. She got our
She
face
does?
for sure. Yeah, she out in Washington. So
Mhm.
shout out my little sister Sienna.
Oh, that's what's
Mm.
up. And I love that you guys just embraced, you know?
for sure. I mean, who are we to not?
Yeah.
We're kids at the end of the day. And when he was, like I said, when he was going, I was 15. So, but I met him and I was there with him with my brother Nate, and we was side by side with him. But I got little brothers that's like 14 and 15, and they never met him and they never will meet him.
Yeah.
But they follow me, and it's like the best and the closest thing they gonna get. So that's why it's also important, for me to do what I do.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. We got Nhale in the studio.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, make sure you guys go ahead and support every time I call. You're going to stick around, though, because you're doing a superstar takeover.
Gotta do it.
And
Yes, come on, you
I
have
forgot
to.
to tell him that Prince of the West Side EP is on the way.
Okay.
So the Prince of the West Side EP on the way, September 6th, and I'm about to, if this out, y'all gonna see this on my pop's birthday. Go check out the cover art.
That's what it is right
Yeah.
there. So make sure you guys follow him at Nhale, Nhale. Thank you
Number
so
7.
much.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for spending time with us. Thank you for coming in and
Every
for always
time.
tapping in with us, because I do know that when you have something, you always hit us up
Yeah,
first.
for sure. And that's important to me, just off, riding around the KD every day, or riding. My homies to tell you, I'm listening to 93.5 or 94.7, and if you know that, that's old school.
Yeah, man.
You hear me?
Yeah.
I was 26, but I lived the fast one, man. So I'm really, this is what it is. I'd rather come here than to go anywhere else, because I see the narratives that go in other places.
We appreciate it. And,
Yes.
and when he said when he riding around, the first thing came in my head was riding in my car and listening to the radio.
Sing
Right?
it.
Come on,
in the
man. Come on,
radio.
man.
I'm listening to a sad girl.
Yeah.
I can't
No,
sing like you.
we gonna let you do that.
No.
She was reaching
My man.
for stars.
Hey, dog, I'm
I
telling
appreciate you,
Thank
yeah.
you so much.
Problem.
Nhale 7, make sure you follow.
Yes,
Come on.
sir.